Imagine the shock of Jesus returning like a thief in the night. What would that really mean for us? This intriguing idea is a powerful theme throughout the New Testament. It sparks countless questions. How can we be ready for such a surprise? What impact does this have on our lives today? The phrase "like a thief in the night" appears in 1 Thessalonians 5:2. Paul warns us that the day of the Lord will arrive unexpectedly. This isn't just a casual reminder, it's a wake-up call. As believers, we shouldn't be caught off guard. Instead, we must be alert, waiting, and preparing for his return. Let's dive deeper into how this concept has been interpreted through the ages. From early church fathers to today's theologians, perspectives vary widely on what it means for Jesus to come like a thief in the night. Some see it as a call for moral purity, urging us to live free from sin. Others emphasize spiritual vigilance, encouraging us to stay aware of the signs around us. In the early church, Paul stressed the urgency of living with the anticipation of Jesus' return. His letters to the Thessalonians highlight the need for preparation, watchfulness, and a commitment to holiness. This theme resonates throughout the New Testament, reminding us to live with an eternal perspective. Consider the cultural context of like a thief in the night. In ancient times, a thief was a feared figure, striking unexpectedly and exploiting the unprepared. This vivid imagery captures the suddenness of Jesus' return. We simply don't know when it will happen, but we can be certain it will catch many off guard. For some, this phrase ignites a passion for evangelism. The belief is that Jesus will return when we least expect it, pushing us to share the gospel widely. This sense of urgency fuels much of the church's mission work. Others interpret it as a call to personal holiness. Jesus will come when we're not ready, so we must lead lives that honor him. This is a challenge to be accountable and to live with eternity in mind, reminding us that our time here is fleeting. The phrase "like a thief in the night" also raises intriguing questions about the nature of Jesus' return. Will it be a physical presence or a spiritual one? Visible or hidden? These debates have persisted through history and remain significant today. Theologically, this phrase prompts us to reflect on time and eternity. If Jesus is coming unexpectedly, what does that say about our understanding of history? Are we running out of time, or is eternity closer than we think? The phrase sparks intriguing questions about human free will regarding Jesus' return. If we aren't anticipating it, do we really influence when it happens? Is it set in stone, or does it depend on our actions? For many, like a thief in the night brings comfort and hope. It reassures us that Jesus is on his way and our salvation is near. It promises a reunion with him where our struggles will finally cease. Yet for others, this phrase stirs fear and anxiety. It highlights our shortcomings, suggesting we aren't ready for Jesus' return. It's a wake-up call to get our lives in order, to repent and reconnect with God. As we contemplate like a thief in the night in relation to Jesus' return, we realize the significance of living in the moment. We may not know when he will come, but we should strive to lead lives that honor him. We need to be aware that our time here is fleeting. For today's believers, like a thief in the night urges action. It's a reminder to stay alert, to prepare for his arrival. It calls us to evangelize, to serve, and to live in a way that reflects his teachings. It encourages personal holiness, accountability, and an eternal perspective. Reflecting on Jesus' return reminds us of the value of community and fellowship. We aren't meant to prepare for his coming alone. We belong to a larger family of believers, united in watching and waiting together. The phrase also emphasizes hope and urgency in our lives. We shouldn't be passive, idly waiting for Jesus. Instead, we are called to be proactive, engaged, and committed to the church's mission. As we wrap up our discussion on Jesus' return like a thief in the night, we feel a mix of awe and wonder. We recognize the magnificence and power of God and the hope he brings. This stirs a sense of urgency, pushing us to share the gospel and lead lives that honor him. In summary, like a thief in the night serves as a potent reminder to live with an eternal perspective. It's a call to action, evangelism, and personal holiness. Jesus is coming, and our salvation is close. Let's embrace this truth and prepare for his return. What do you think about Jesus' return like a thief in the night? Is it a literal event or something spiritual? Should we be getting ready or simply enjoying the present? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're curious about more topics on Jesus' return, check out our video on the rapture. It's often misunderstood, and we'd love to explore it further with you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.